Right, my fellow South Africans, it's Caro here with my very first in a series of State of the Nation addresses, where I try to keep you updated with what's happening in our nation and indeed the state of our nation. Today's State of the Nation address focuses on the 2 billion rand PPE scandal. Now, Peter Louis Mayberg of the Daily Maverick writes that emergency procurement for the COVID-19 pandemic saw South Africa's 9 provincial health departments flush a jaw-dropping 2 billion rands to hundreds of unlicensed suppliers of PPE and other medical goods. 550 companies were used. Of those, only 155, or just 28%, were licensed by the South African Health Products Regulatory Authority, SAHPRA, the country's watchdog for medical devices, PPE, and related products for the health care sector. The departments altogether spent roughly 2.5 billion on millions of surgical masks, respirators, digital thermometers, and other goods for staff and patients at government hospitals and clinics. The 2 billion rand paid to unlicensed vendors means nearly 80% of the provincial health department's expenditure for those vital goods ended up in the accounts of companies that aren't subjected to any regulatory oversight. These revelations come amid fears that PPE of inferior quality may have jeopardized the safety of healthcare workers who risked their lives on the front lines of South Africa's COVID-19 battle. The data confirms that the unprecedented emergency procurement for COVID-related goods attracted swarms of opportunistic operators that had no business in supplying health departments with controlled medical products. The 550 unlicensed suppliers include a motley crew of IT firms, travel agencies, events and catering companies, transport and logistic operators, solar power installers, and even auto repair shops. Scores more appear to be jack-of-all-trades consultancy or trading businesses with no apparent footprint in any identifiable industry. In some instances, health departments funneled virtually every last cent that they spent on PPE and other COVID-related products to unlicensed companies. The Gauteng Department of Health spent 994 million on surgical masks, respirators, gloves, and other PPE and digital thermometers, of which a whopping 978 million was reserved for unlicensed suppliers. So total of 994 million and 978 million went to unlicensed suppliers. Suppliers of respiratory masks and infrared thermometers need a license from SAHPRA. This seemed irrelevant to the 9 health departments who spent more than 650 million on respirator masks and thermometers from 76 unlicensed suppliers. A senior staffer at one of Gauteng's public hospitals said some of the KN95 masks were the wrong shape and did not fit very well. He went on further to say, we had an enormous amount of healthcare workers who got infected with coronavirus. Maybe some of this was as a result of poor quality PPE. It is sad, it was avoidable, he said. Well, there you have it, folks. Our SAANC government showed solidarity with the US and the worldwide Black Lives Matters movement. Clearly, black lives around the world matters more than black lives in our own country, where black lives can be sacrificed for personal enrichment. This indeed is a crime. And the worst part is, it's a black on black crime. The EFF took on clicks for a racist advert, and well done to them. Yes, there is no place for racism. It's a crime against humanity. But why then are they and others silent when our black government shows scant respect for black lives in South Africa? For sure, we all suffer the effects of corruption, but none more so than the poorest of the poor in shack settlements who are their black lives. So do their lives matter? Who knows? Well, folks, there you have it, my first State of the Nation address in a series of those to follow. Keep you updated with what's happening politically in our country, South Africa. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell there that will notify you of every time something is posted on my YouTube channel. My name is KC. Remember to always keep it mother. I'm out.
Dondala with the masala.